Yeah, man, so it's been a little over a week since your fight. How was the experience of heading down to Calgary, Alberta?
Man, it was awesome. The fans were great out there. The place was packed. The venue was awesome. It was a really cool experience.
Yeah, man, I cleaned up on your fight. I did a little parlay. I threw you in there with Tim Bosch, and $100 turned into $1,400. So I had a pretty nice night for myself. I was pumped, man. Just talk about the fight.
Yeah, I saw your tweet padding that bank account. I was happy for you.
Thanks, man.
A bunch of my buddies just bet me straight up 3-1 underdog, so they were all pretty happy. I got a lot of steak dinners waiting for me when I go back home to Illinois. But it was good. The fight, I thought that Brian would stand up a little bit more with me. But after a couple of the exchanges and I think feeling me in the clinch, he was. His top pressure was good. When I went for that guillotine, he was on top for a little bit. And, he does a good job of keeping your hips square and not letting you work any of your offense from the bottom. So, that's where he felt most comfortable, and that's where he continued to try to get the fight. But, I was definitely happy with my takedown defense. I wish I would have let my hands go a little bit more. But man, he's just so funky, and I don't like to make an excuse about it. I don't like fighting to a decision. Like I said in my last fight, they don't pay overtime in there. But a win over a top 20 guy in the world, I'll take it.
Like, I knew you had a size advantage heading in, but he really did look small.
Yeah, and that's at weigh-ins and stuff. There was definitely a significant size advantage. Which is always nice, This was my second fight at welterweight, but it was the first time that Poppy wasn't a small welterweight. He was short, but he was muscled up like Arnold Schwarzenegger. So this was the first time that you looked at him, look at our pictures or size him up, and you think, man, maybe he's just one of those guys that has that retard strength,
Right?
No pun intended, but. That's what my coach used to always tell me is like, man, you get that retard strength. You don't look that strong, but, I've always been, kind of strong. So, I know that's not politically correct, and I apologize, but that's just a saying, no disrespect. But,
we're always joking around on the show about you being a road warrior, but after the fight in a backstage interview with Karen Bryant, you made it loud and clear you want Joe Silva to give you some home cooking.
That's what I'm talking about. Let me fight in Las Vegas. I mean, I haven't fought in the States since February of 2011 outside of the UFC, back when I fought Gerald Harris, and even that was in his backyard. I haven't had any home cooking in a long time, so it'd be definitely nice to fight, and it really doesn't matter to me. I'll travel over the UFC wants me to go. If they want me to fight on that China card, I'll get on a plane for 24 hours and be a company man and fight whatever Chinese Chinaman they want to put in front of me. But it'd be really nice for my friends and family to be able to, just hop a jet to Vegas or just anywhere in the continental U.S. and show their support. They've been I've been blessed with just great support from my hometown and everywhere that I've ever been. Oklahoma City, Houston, and especially Highland, Illinois. That it would be unbelievable the amount of people that would show up if I had a fight in Vegas.
Were you shocked that in the third round he was still trying for these takedowns? Like, I don't even know what the count of takedowns got up to, but it had to be like 14, 15 attempts.
Yeah, he just, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again, I guess, was his motto. It just, they just seemed to get more and more desperate to me. I don't know. I really thought that going into this fight we had a good chance of, maybe even fight of the night honors or, just because of the kind of gamer that Brian Ebersol is, but. So I was a little bit disappointed, not just in the amount of takedowns, but with myself, not making them pay for it. If I'd have been a little bit more offensive and forced him on bottom, which I think I could have done a couple times, it would have been a lot different. It would have made him try to, fight the fight standing up. But, hindsight's always 20/20. The goal was to keep the fight standing up, not to let him get me to the ground and, kind of grind me out like he's done in a couple of his last UFC wins. And so I was happy with the result, the W. But, I'm back in the gym. I was back in the gym Tuesday, and I'll be working hard on some of the things that I need to correct and look to finish my next fight for sure.
Every fighter has a few fights that are considered their signature wins. When they're retired, they look back on. Do you think this possibly will be a fight that you look back on and say that's how it all got started?
I don't know. I don't think this is going to be a signature win. When it's all said and done, I think I have a lot more bigger fish to fry than Brian Ebersol. No disrespect to Brian, but nobody's in this sport to just kind of beat the mid-level guys, top 20 guys. I see myself fighting my way into the top 10 and having much larger wins. But yeah, this definitely is one of the biggest fights of my career, one of the biggest wins of my career, because of there's just so much hype around Ebersol. I'm not a big guy to read the blogs and see what people say, but if you look at the Vegas line, I mean, there was really nobody except for my camp giving me a chance, and I've become accustomed and really doesn't bother me to play the role of the underdog. But I don't know how much longer that's going to be the case.
Well, yeah, for sure, man. Now, after the fight, what did you do to celebrate?
Oh man, we went out, drank some beers. I had some tequila. That's my drink. I drink just some tequila, soda water, and lime NorCal margaritas with my team, and rested up. And then we went out to Banff and did some whitewater rafting on Sunday.
Oh, nice.
So it was awesome. I mean, that was so intense. The rafting was more intense than the fight.
Right. That's cool, man. That's cool. So when will you be getting back into the gym full time?
I'm back. I mean, my strength and conditioning coaches, they pulled the reins on me pretty hard last week, and I showed up on Tuesday and they told me to get out. That I wasn't. That the only thing I could do is just some cardio, some technique, and yoga and stuff. And so they kicked me out of the gym last week and said to get out of here. But I'm back tomorrow. I'm back to strength conditioning. Getting my jiu-jitsu and stand up on, and we'll continue my wrestling. So it's back on. I'm hungry. I'm a workhorse, man. I'm a gym rat. And that's how I like it. I feel lazy if I'm not working out, twice a day. Like today, I only worked out once, and I feel like a slob. So I'm ready to get back in there tomorrow for sure.
We appreciate it. Want to promote your sponsors or throw out your Twitter?
Yeah, definitely. My last fight, I couldn't do anything without both my sponsors and my gyms. So I want to throw a big thank you and shout out to Hayabusa and Head Rush Training Mask, and then obviously my gyms, R1 MMA, and Lovato's Jiu-Jitsu, along with Matrix Grappling, Brian Piccolo, Travis Cerna, all those guys that really helped push my game to another level, along with the Beat House, CrossFit 405, Kevin Malhai, BJ Warren for my strength conditioning. Those guys have really played an important role in bringing me up and making sure that I enter the cage as fit as can be and ready to go to war. So if you could follow me, my Twitter handle is @VJamesHead, and my Facebook page is the same.
Okay, cool, man. Well, thanks to you, I'll be going to UFC 151 with the little winnings I had on that parlay, so I appreciate it. And let's talk again soon, bro.
Yeah, you should hit me up when you're out there. I'll be out there for 151. I'm going to go out for Labor Day myself. Watch watch my man Hendo drop the H-bomb, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Okay, thanks, bro.
Thanks a lot, man.